A human can be healthy without killing animals for food. Between the murder of an animal and the murder of a man, there's no more than one step. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of his appetite. What I think about vivisection is that if people admit that they have the right to take or endanger the life of living beings for the benefit of many, there will be no limit to their cruelty. "Thou shalt not kill" does not apply to murder of one's own kind only, but to all living beings, and this commandment was inscribed in the human breast long before it was proclaimed from Sinai. It may be suggested by some books that it is not a sin to kill an animal, but it is written in our own hearts, more clearly than in any book, that we should take pity on animals in the same way as we do on humans. If he be really and seriously seeking to live a good life, the first thing from which he will abstain will always be the use of animal food, because its use is simply immoral, as it involves the performance of an act which is contrary to the moral feeling, killing. If a man's aspirations towards a righteous life are serious, if he earnestly and sincerely seeks a righteous life, his first act of abstinence is from animal food, because, not to mention the excitement of the passions produced by such food, it is plainly immoral, as it requires an act contrary to moral feeling, i.e., killing, and is called forth only by greed. It is horrible. It is not the suffering and the death of the animals that is horrible, but the fact that the man without any need for so doing crushes his lofty feeling of sympathy and mercy for living creatures and does violence to himself that he may be cruel. The first element of moral life is abstinence. When a man sees a dying animal, horror comes over him. That which he himself is, his essence, is obviously being annihilated before his eyes, is ceasing to be. But when the dying one is a person, and a beloved person, then, besides a sense of horror at the annihilation of life, there is a feeling of severance and a spiritual wound which, like a physical wound, sometimes kills and sometimes heals, but always hurts and fears any external, irritating touch. The wrongfulness, the immorality of eating animal food has been recognized by all mankind during all the conscious life of humanity. Why, then, have people generally not come to acknowledge this law? The answer is that the moral progress of humanity is always slow, but that the sign of true, not casual progress, is in uninterruptedness and its continual acceleration. And one cannot doubt that vegetarianism has been progressing in this manner.